Hello, everyone. Today we're going to be doing or starting a Fallout New Vegas playthrough. This is, as everyone I think knows, just a fantastic game, and among the Fallout series, I think it's pretty much widely regarded as being the best of the best. So, no need for talking about this one, I think most of you will be familiar with it, so let's just get right into it. I'm going to start a new game. I have a concept of what I want to do with the character, so let's just let that be that. I guess I don't really have much to say about the opening cinematic here. It's probably my least favorite of all. I typically like the War Never Changes speeches by, and I can't remember his name now. Is it Neil? I think Neil is the gentleman's first name, but this is pretty sick. Brian's the guy.
War never changes. When atomic fire consumed the Earth, those who survived did so in great underground vaults. When they opened, their inhabitants set out across the ruins of the old world to build new societies, establishing villages, forming tribes. As decades passed, what had been the American Southwest united beneath the flag of the new California Republic, dedicated to old world values of democracy and the rule of law. As the Republic grew, so did its needs. Scouts spread east, seeking territory and wealth in the dry and merciless expanse of the Mojave Desert. They returned with tales of a city untouched by the warheads that had scorched the rest of the world, and a great wall spanning the Colorado River. The NCR mobilized its army and sent it east to occupy Hoover Dam and restore it to working condition. But across the Colorado, another society had arisen under a different flag. A vast army of slaves forged from the conquest of 86 tribes, Caesar's Legion. 4 years have passed since the Republic held the dam, just barely, against the Legion's onslaught. The Legion did not retreat. Across the river, it gathers strength. Campfires burn, training drums beat. Through it all, the New Vegas Strip has stayed open for business, under the control of its mysterious overseer, Mr. House, and his army of rehabilitated tribals and police robots. You are a courier, hired by the Mojave Express to deliver a package to the New Vegas Strip. What seemed like a simple delivery job has taken a turn for the worse.
You got what you were after, so pay up.
You're crying in the rain, Pally.
Guess who's waking up over here?
Time to cash out.
We can get it over with.
Maybe cons kill people without looking them in the face. But I ain't a fink. Dig? You've made your last delivery, kid. Sorry you got twisted up in this scene. From where you're kneeling must seem like an 18-carat run of bad luck. Truth is, the game was rigged from the start.
so now that that all is over with, let's go ahead and get around to discussing the concept that I have for this character. So, one of my least favorite things in this game is coming across container, computer, terminal, anything really, and just, having it say, "Oh, sorry, you can't access this." You don't have the lock picking or what have you levels for that. So, I think what we're going to do with this guy is we're going to make him sort of a modern day rogue, in a manner of speaking. He's going to have a silver tongue, and let's see. I can think of a good name here. What about Yamato Kinogami? What? I thought I carried. All right, never mind. I wanted to add something on there. We're gonna name this guy Ned Zeppington. Okay. There we go.
I can't say it's what I'd have picked for you, but if that's your name, that's your name.
It is my name.
Doc Mitchell. Welcome to Goodsprings. Now, I hope you don't mind, but I have to go rooting around there in your noggin and pull all the bits of lead out. I take pride in my needlework. You'd better tell me if I left anything out of place.
Alright, now comes the part that I have just truly never cared about, is the character creation. I always freaking hate doing this. So I'm just gonna say screw it. I just genuinely don't care about how the character looks. I'm more interested in getting right down to brass tacks.
Let's see if we can get you on your feet.
Trippy.
Good.
What the
Why don't you walk down to the end of the room, over by that Vigor tester machine here. Take it slow now. It ain't a race.
Okay, so
Looking good so far.
if I'm not mistaken, I think I know what I need.
You'll learn right quick if you get back on your faculties.
Now I know that I need what I need, and I don't need what I don't need, so to speak. So, I know I need agility. I'm definitely going to need intelligence. I want to be able to talk a homeless person out of their change, and then I need perception as well. Now, perception explicitly mentions lockpick. So the question is, do I want to meet myself halfway? Or do I want to do this in sort of a hardline fashion? Let's see, I get gun sneak, speed, and action point regeneration. I think I'm gonna sacrifice a few points in agility to fully cash out on perception, because that's going to play into the whole I never get locked out of anything. So, that being that, no. So I don't quite have the repair level yet, but I imagine we can get that figured out with
See if your dog is still barking.
with Doc Mitchell's little questionnaire we're about to do here.
Dog. House.
Definitely gonna say burglarize. Silencer.
Light. Not. Okay. First one.
Conflict just ain't in my nature. I'm trying to think about how I want to approach this character with respect to combat, because that's going to play an equal part too. I can't go just looting everything if I can't actually take advantage of it. So I'm going to say strongly disagree. I'm just going to kind of barge through these questions here.
I'm always fixing.
That's definitely going to help our
I'm slow
barter.
to embrace new ideas.
I'm going to disagree with that
Charge
one.
in to deal with my problems head on.
Definitely going to
Almost
agree
done.
with that one.
What do you say you have a look at this? Tell me what you see.
I see a
Okay.
chemical reaction, piece of space age technology, and two bears in a kung fu stance doing a high five. Oh my.
Well, that's all. Don't have nothing to compare it to, so maybe you better just have a look at the results. See if it all seems right.
Alright, let's see here. This is 110% not what I was going for, but that's alright. That's, it's bound to happen when you're just kind of chancing it. So now I gotta think here. So I have my lockpick, I have my science. Now I need something else. Speech versus barter. I think speech will be the choice here. I'm going to take one more moment to mull this over in my mind. And then I'm going to say, let's get to it. So let's see here. Repair is pretty fantastic, though. If you have a good repair level, you don't have to deal with a lot. Although it doesn't... Ah, okay. Sneak is pickpocket, so we're gonna go with sneak then, because I just want to be a real
Before I turn
scoundrel.
to this, I need one more thing from you. You got a form for you to fill out so I can get a sense of your medical history. Just a formality. Ain't like I expect to find you got a family history of getting shot in the head.
Okay. Skilled. You're skilled but not experienced. You gain plus 5 points from minus 10% experience from now on. I don't think so. You gain plus 5 to barter. Now that's pretty in line with some of the stuff I want to go with here. But that being said, yeah, now that is not. I'm gonna say we'll go with skilled too. So it sounds two kind of grim sounding skills.
I guess that about does it.
But we can counter them with perks later, so that shouldn't be too big of an issue in terms of sort of coming back from the minus 10% experience gain and things like that. So, that being the case, we definitely have a high enough repair to get the submachine gun. We are going to take everything in the spirit of taking, as a scoundrel, everything that is not bolted to the floor. That is of some use, I should say. Blood pack, that's not of any use, but I'm going to take it anyways, just because I already did. Stim packs, anti-venom, Rad-X, more stim packs, gun case. I don't know how I've never noticed that before, but that would be extremely useful to have had in the past. Laser pistol starting out. Let's see here, anything else I can take? Can't take that. Let's see. Definitely don't need the camera. I'm not going to be a melee here, so I'm not even going to bother with the knife. Empty syringe. I guess we'll take it. Bobby pins. I'm always going to need those. See, what else do we have here? Smoking is bad for you, Doctor. I will be confiscating those. Something that right off the bat gives us +5 speech. That's good. Don't think I have any use for Abraxo. Just take that. Now, I think that just about covers looting this man's house.
These are yours. Was all you had on you when he was brought in. I hope you don't mind, but I gave the note a look. I thought it might help me find a next of kin. But it was just something about a platinum chip. Well, if you're heading back out there, you ought to have this. They call it a Pip-Boy. I grew up in one of them vaults they made before the war. We all got one. Ain't much use to me now, but you might want such a thing after what you've been through. I know what it's like having something taken from you. And put this on too, so the locals don't pick on you for lacking modesty. Never was much my style anyway. Don't mention it. It's what I'm here for. You should talk to Sunny Smiles before you leave town. She can help you learn to fend for yourself in the desert. She'll likely be at the saloon. I reckon some of the other folks at the saloon might be able to help you out too. And the metal fella, Victor, who pulled you out of your grave. Anyway, you ever get hurt out there, you come right back. I'll fix you up. But try not to get killed anymore.
Alright, so I think we are going to go for hardcore mode. Let's see here. Greatly increases the challenge of the game. In this mode, stim packs heal over time and can't mend broken limbs. Radaway removes radiation over time. Ammo has weight. Dehydration is a constant concern, and it's recommended only for advanced players. So I think we're going to go for that. Just to add an element of, well, difficulty, really. I'm not sure if there's another way where you can just jack up the game's difficulty through a menu or something. Let's see, gameplay. Oh, there is, okay. Alright, so if I'm really feeling like a masochist, I can just jack up the difficulty setting and we'll have, excuse me, more than sufficient challenge. So this guy has a DPS of 69 and a damage of 6. We got a 9mm pistol. And this is only because I have the DLC. But I think really what we're primarily interested in is, of course, the 10mm pistol and the laser pistol. So I'm not going to waste any time with getting some stuff done here now that we've essentially spent almost 15 minutes, probably almost 20, watching just kind of unskippable cutscenes and stuff. And we will not be playing that Sierra Madre DLC. That Sierra Madre DLC is absolutely, hands down, one of the worst video game experiences that I've ever had the displeasure of going through in my entire life. So I flatly refuse to play that ever again. It is beyond bad. So that will be that. Okay, it's all falling to pieces already. God damn it. There we go. Now I can't tell if that's the weight in total or the weight. No, that's definitely got to be the weight in total. I like that, rather than the Fallout 4 method of giving you sort of the unit weight. It just tells you how much that all weighs at one time, rather than you having to try to do some Euclidean geometry or some bullshit to figure out how much you're carrying. Okay. Time to begin to hack the mainframe. Super. Okay. And I'm just kind of firing randomly at the first words that kind of come up here, because eventually, if you just spam this enough, you know you'll get it. And funnily enough, it seems that the higher difficulty terminal you're hacking, the easier it is to get into them with this method. You know, in the lower level terminals, they have more words, but the higher ones are, you know, they're like words of a character length of about 13 or something like that. So it's pretty easy because they just don't have as many words on here. So your chances of success on just kind of spamming go way up. Okay, there we go. Now, I'm not going to disengage the lock because I also just want to pick it for the experience. There we are. Okay. Now let's see. We have some rounds. Bottle cap, some mentats, pre-war money, a stealth boy, and a super stim pack. I'm going to ignore the other stuff in there. I'll grab the Programmer's Digest. Now, other than that, I don't believe there's really anything else in here. Oh, there's a magazine on the ground beneath me. Salesman Weekly, that might definitely come in handy at some point if I'm just a few caps shy of buying some unusually expensive item from a vendor or something, provided that I can't steal it, like the law-abiding citizen that I plan to be. More bobby pins, more bobby pins. And really nothing else. Okay. So that's about that. We'll go have a chat with, I think it was Sunny Smiles. Was it? Can't remember, but I know the girl's name is Sunny, at least. Goodsprings itself is a fairly interesting place. I've always liked the desert theme. That's part of why Fallout New Vegas, among the Fallout games, is probably my favorite. Just in that it has the setting I like most of all. It just also happens to be probably the best written.
You
You
must
know.
be the one Doc Mitchell was patching up. The way I heard it, I didn't think you'd be walking out of that office. I've got plenty of supplies for sale. Even got... If you're hurting for caps, I've also got boxes of...
Alrighty. So we're going to kind of blitz past him on this one. Let's get that out of there. We're going to go ahead and fire off a number of things over towards, I think it was Chet. Because I want some different stuff. So right off the bat, we have available to us... We have a recharger rifle available to us immediately. That's... I feel like that's really unusual. I know it's not a great weapon, but I just would not be expecting to see something that basically provides you with unlimited ammo available so early in the game. Let's see here. Well, these all have varying strength requirements to them, so I'm going to go ahead and just go with the Gunrunner's laser pistol. Miscellaneous. Let's see here. Okay, so this is where the mods are. So sights. There's a plasma pistol recycler. Not seeing anything for the laser rifle, or the laser pistol, I should say. In terms of mods, we have energy cells, 40 of them. I'll definitely take those. And there are plenty of these guys. I think I'll actually take, alongside that, our silenced 22 caliber pistol. I think I'll call that that. Unless, of course, there's something else I can throw at this guy. Definitely not going to be using those throwing spears. I'll give him my bed. Actually, you know what? No, I take that back. I might need that for repair.
Take it easy.
Okay, so we're pretty well stocked right about now. Silenced 22 cal pistol. This is the one that appeals to me in terms of just kind of gameplay style. This is definitely the weapon for the character. Bonus critical damage and chance. So that's nice. If you're in sneak, you automatically get a crit. So it kind of ramps up its power from there. Alright, so let's go talk to Sunny here.
Cheyenne, stay. Don't worry, she won't bite unless I tell her to.
And I'm not going to do her whole
Sure can. Take the road southeast.
little survival
NCR patrols do a
tutorial.
good job of keeping the highway clear, but I'd keep your gun where you can reach it easily. You never know who you'll run into. Off the road, you'll probably start running into hostile wildlife. My advice would be to stick to the highway when you can. Until next time.
Alright, that takes care of that. If I remember, I think there's another quest we're going to do around here. One of the first big quests of the game, but we'll go ahead and save that for next time, I think. So this will conclude part 1. It's always a bit of a hassle to get over that initial bit of overhead of creating the character and just getting through the beginning stages of the game, but hopefully it'll pick up from here. And I think that pretty much wraps it up. Thank you for watching and take care.